Hey guys, Colt 45 here. Now what I'm going to talk to you about is like, have you ever had a game that you recently get or just have lying around, if you will, where you acknowledge that it's a better game that you've said was the best of the same genre? Like if you have an RPG and another RPG and you compare the two, in my case, and you acknowledge that this new one, that this one that you got, or this well-hyped one, or whatever, is better. But you have a lot better memories with the other one, the inferior one, where you have better memories associated with that one, and you will always have those memories, and you will always regard it as being better because you have better foundation, you have better intuition about it. I know I'm probably not explaining this well, but bear with me. Like, okay, I'm not sure if you guys seen it, it's long as hell, but I posted a review of Dark Souls. I love this game. I really fucking love this game. I never posted this, but I have Skyrim. Yeah. So, now I acknowledge that Skyrim is a better game. I mean, it's got 100 hours, it's got 100 plus hours. It's got so much, it's got so much associated with it. It's got tons and tons of side quests. You know, and all of them have really great stories associated with them. A lot of them are really cool in concept. The gameplay is pretty great, and the story is amazing. And the lore is wide and expansive, and the lands are bigger than Dark Souls. But I have a lot of memories with Dark Souls, and I've had a better time with Dark Souls. Like, I like the lore better, because you might think this is strange, but I actually don't like things to be too fantasy. Like with Skyrim, it's a good story. I'm not denying it that. Skyrim has a great story. It is a great game. But when some things get too fantasy, like in Skyrim, you take me out of it. Now, let me explain. Oh, we need to go talk to the dwarves in Gurpenshire. We need to go through the forest of Malagda and go to the castle of Malador, where he's oppressing the insect species, the insectoids of Garthia, or whatever. Like, you just sort of, because now I'm like, okay, well, I can't really, I just don't like it. Like, it's like, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just, I just don't like it when things just get a little too fantasy, especially when you're telling a dark tale through fantasy and you make it overly fantasy. I just can't get into it. That's why it took me like 4 tries to get through Skyrim. Dark Souls did a better job, in my opinion. Now, spoilers. Spoilers, by the way. This is for future reference, because I'm going to be talking extensively about both of these games. So, actually, I'm going to move this over here. There you go. So we can lounge back a bit. Okay. So, Skyrim I borrowed it from a couple of friends, and then I stopped right about, not even halfway, not even a quarter way, really. I stopped after a couple of missions. But then I suckered up and bought it just to say I beat Skyrim, and I had a great time. I forced myself to go through it, and, well, I had a great time. I really liked it, actually. I'll go as far as say I loved Skyrim. But I just love Dark Souls more. Like, the lore is better in my opinion. It's darker, it's deeper, it offers something different to this fantasy genre. Because like a lot of the books that people keep trying to get me to read are exactly like the fantasy thing. That's why I can't read Lord of the Rings very well. I mean, I'll watch the movies and I love them, but I can't get invested into the story as well as I did with Dark Souls. Because Dark Souls, basically, alright, well, the plot of Skyrim, you're the Dragonborn and you are going to slay this dragon that's resurrecting other dragons. Simple stuff, right? Bad guy, kill bad guy because you're chosen one. Got it. This one is a little different. Dark Souls is a little different. Now, so basically, like, plot of Dark Souls is you're part of a prophecy, basically, and you have to go kill the Lord of Cinder named Gwyn, and take his place, right? You think, okay, whatever, was the basic stuff. So what's really different about this? Well, basically, in all prophecy stories, in a lot of the prophecy stories, you hear, oh, you're the chosen one, you are the good guy, like you're gonna defeat a tyrannical government, sorry. And you're gonna go, like, kill off this empire or whatever. The cool thing about this is that the cool thing about Dark Souls is that what it's pretty much amounting to is that you're the villain. Just let that sink in for a bit. You are the villain and you don't know it. That's okay. The ending. Go over to ending to Skyrim. You beat the head dragon, Alduin, and all hope is saved in Skyrim. Prophecy fulfilled. You are the chosen one. You did your task and you did it well. Good job. This, Dark Souls. You kill Gwyn. You have a choice to link the bonfire or to leave. Now, let's go over the quote-unquote good ending. Now, the good ending is you link the bonfire. You sacrifice your soul to keep the Age of Fire going. I know you have no idea what that means yet. Play the game. You sacrifice yourself to the age of to make the Age of Fire going on. And you think, okay, well, keep the age going that you're currently living in. Oh, things are good. Oh, awesome, right? Wrong. Now you've killed all the lords to get to this point. You've killed and all the gods left. So really, it's pretty much like a country without government. What's going to happen? Total anarchy. And ultimately, if it keeps that way, it might even be total destruction. Who knows? Who knows? But in this case, it does end with total destruction because the darkness will come. The Age of Fire will go away and now you have an Age of Darkness. There is no light anymore. You people become corrupt. They become insane. You basically have this huge, vile pit known as the Abyss, which sprouted up in New Londo and Ulasil. Now, the evil ending is if you leave and become the Dark Lord. Pretty much, it's the same thing except without the anarchy. And now you rule over all the insane. You rule over the insane and keep the darkness coming. Either way, you're a dick. You are the biggest dick in existence. Now, why do I like this one better if all you are is just the villain? It's a little bit more real, in my opinion. Now you may think, well, listen to what you're saying, Colton. And you're saying that Dark Souls is a little bit more real than Skyrim. It's sort of like saying a Kremlin is more real than a Cerberus. They're all unreal. The thing is, the concept's a little bit more real. Like, it's not happy roses and sunshine like it's Skyrim. This is dark, bitter, no happy endings. Fuck you. That is Dark Souls. And to me, that's a little bit more real, because it's not all the time that it's happy roses. I mean, to some people, like Darkstalker Cath, I don't think and Domhnall of Xena, those people end usually happily, but Billy, Domhnall not so much, because you know very little about him. Cath definitely. Now, like, I've always been conflicted. Like, there's a lot of games where I acknowledge that one of them's the better game, but I like the inferior game a lot better because I have a lot of passion for it. I love it. Now, might as well, while I'm at it, just knock out another review. I haven't beat that game yet. Okay, well, Dark Souls 2 is coming out in, hold on, that's gonna make my video dated as hell, but I don't give a shit, because I'm excited. Dark Souls 2 comes out in that much time. I'm excited. I pre-ordered that. So expect a review of Dark Souls 2 soon. Like, after I'm done beating that game, I'm getting my camera and I am reviewing that game. And hopefully, because I have this capture card around here, so I'm not even gonna bother getting that, but I have a capture card and I'm hoping that I can actually take some data out on it. So I'm excited. Now, a lot of things, I want to talk to you, the reason why I made this video is to show you this and kind of give a little review of this. I've beaten only the main storyline. I haven't beaten all the DLC and all the extra stuff. But basically, if I had to rate this game, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's glitchy as hell and it froze up on me a couple of times. But in my opinion, this one's better. I implore you, get Dark Souls. And while you're at it, get Skyrim. Get these both. They are amazing. Now, I pre-ordered Dark Souls 2, and I just want to talk a little bit about that since now I brought Dark Souls in on the conversation. It looks awesome. I got a chance to do the network test, and I have some footage of me reacting to that network test, but I'm not gonna. No, that one's terrible. Oh man, it was so awful. Not the beta, but the video. But the beta was really good. Like, they tested out, like, they have this new stack called Agility. Well, it's been replaced. It's like Ability or something like that. Or Stability, or it's just something weird like that. But it's been replaced. Like, basically, like, in Dark Souls, screw you, Skyrim. In Dark Souls, like, you roll, like, rolling is based on weight, and it still is. But if I remember correctly, this new stat will let you roll faster. And in this game, in Dark Souls, parrying is on reaction rather than planning everything out. This is different. This is different. Now, your parry's a lot slower. You have to plan it out. And blocking's a little bit slower. Like, you don't block. You block. I'm not sure if strength has anything to do with that, but it would make sense if it was. And now, like, whenever you level that up, you can pretty much parry on... You can parry on reaction, you can block on reaction and whatnot, instead of having to plan it out. Now, what's really cool is that the reason why they sort of took that stat, the agility section, and merged it with one of the most useless stats in Dark Souls history, and that's resistance. And they sort of merged it together like that. I'm gonna call it the ability stat. I know I'm gonna be wrong 5 hours from now, but it's called the ability stat, if memory serves me right. And so now whenever you have more, now you can not only parry on reaction, but you take a lot more damage. And now armor levels up with resistance, which I think is a nice idea. I really like that. Now, it's going to be a lot harder. A lot harder. So, like, what's going to happen is whenever you die, you lose just a fraction of your overall health, and it'll keep losing that fraction until you hit halfway. That's when it's going to stop. Now, lore-wise, this makes sense. You gradually become hollow. You don't just become hollow like in Dark Souls, but you gradually become hollow and stay that way. Now, invasions are going to happen while you're hollow, which I do understand that it's a vital part of Dark Souls, but I personally don't like that. Granted, they solve this issue, because like a lot of the times when I get invaded is I get a human just to summon help and have to deal with an invader. They have covenants now. I think the Covenant of Blue and the Guardians of Blue. The Sentinels of Blue and the Way of Blue, if I can remember correctly. But basically, the Way of Blue, what it is that if you join that covenant, you get one of the Sentinels of Blue summoned to help you when someone invades. And if you're part of the Sentinels of Blue, you get summoned to help somebody deal with an invader, which I like. I like a lot, because, a lot of the times I usually get summoned just to deal with invaders and then deal with a boss if they make it alive. It could even be a boss like Pinwheel, which he's not a boss. He's an enemy. He's the weakest boss out there. The most interesting one. He's one of my favorite bosses, but with the most interesting lore, and although a lot of it's speculation, so have fun with that. But I'll summon somebody just because I'll get an invader, or I'll have to deal with a whole bunch of skeletons in Tomb of the Giants, and I'll be pissed because fuck, and it'll just piss me off. And so, I have high hopes for Dark Souls 2. I've been excited. I've been dreaming about it all week. My excitement is just... and Oh, and when you get hollow, like when you gradually get hollow, you your chances of getting invaded goes down, but it doesn't. But it stops at a certain point. Like, I think when you're all the way, like when you have half health, your chances of getting invaded are reduced by like 50%. So one in two times you're not gonna get invaded. Now when you're human, you're pretty much like if someone's invading you, they're almost guaranteed an invasion. What's gonna happen? I had a chance to test out the servers, and it it works. It does. It runs fluently now. Now there's like in Dark Souls 1, you get lag whenever you invade or whenever you summon or whenever you're in a specific area and then you summon or then you get invaded or then you invade. And it's weird because like someone, like okay, it'll have me right here and it'll have the invader right here. And it'll be turning away from me. And then all of a sudden I go through the backstab animation and then he pops back over here. It's weird. Well, many people can say lag switches or whatever, but I think that's the actual game. And they fixed that problem right away. So I'm glad for that. Because and now summoning is time based. Like you can't summon somebody and just pretty much beat the entire level, and then when you beat the boss, just throw down another summon sign and go again. No. And now you have a large soapstone and a small soapstone. You etch it in and like the large signs you summon the phantom and the small signs you summon a shade. Difference. Time. You get a little bit more time on the bigger one than on the smaller one. Hang on, someone sent me a text. Sorry guys. Okay. So I'm excited, and I'm really, really excited, and I have somewhere to go here real soon. So I'm Colt 45, and as always, keep playing.